Hello and welcome to Rotopia. Today I've got another user question. Kia from Australia asked me on Facebook a while ago, could you please show how to sprout? So sprouts, you can get them in stores these days, mostly alfalfa or watercress for example, but also sometimes soybean sprouts or mung beans. Now, however, those little packets are quite expensive considering that you usually only need a teaspoon or a tablespoon of seeds at best to get that basket full of sprouts. Also, it's really easy to do, so therefore it's absolutely worth trying it out yourself. Why would you actually sprout? Well, unlike animals, plants don't have parents that feed them and take care of them and nourish them until they're big enough to feed themselves. So they need to have everything within them that they need to grow. Every nut, every seed, every grain, every bean has a whole bunch of minerals and vitamins to keep them going. They also have enzymes which help them grow. However, they contain enzyme prohibitors which prevent them from sprouting unless they get in contact with water. Now in nature that would be rain. So as long as the seed sits somewhere dry, nothing will happen. But if it rains on the seed, the enzyme prohibitors kind of get washed away and the seed is activated. Those enzymes help us digest better. So that's one bonus. And the second bonus is also as soon as that seed starts sprouting, the sprout just explodes with nutrients and contains a lot of amino acids, which is protein, and therefore good for us as well. Now, what can we sprout? Pretty much any nut, seed, grain that you can get your hands on. It's just important to get high quality seeds because lower quality seeds or cheaper seeds, they often have been treated with pesticides so much that they won't sprout anymore. That happened to me once actually. I was in Thailand a few years ago and I found chickpeas and I got all excited and I thought, oh great, I'll sprout them and I'll make sprouted hummus and show it off to all my friends. And so I did what you have to do. You soak them and you rinse them, and I'll explain a bit more about it in a minute. But nothing happened. The only thing that happened is they started smelling really bad and I just had to throw them out. So just make sure that you use high quality seeds. You can even get pre-packaged sprout mixes these days. So I've got a mild aromatic mix here by a Vogel. Vogel means bird in German, by the way. And they contain lentils, mung beans and white radish. And they also have instructions on the back on how to sprout, so you don't have to memorize everything I tell you here. You just read what's on the back of the package. I also have the fitness mix. Makes you feel really athletic when you eat it, with white radish again, mung beans and wheat. I also have a whole selection of seeds here that I'm going to show you, and then I'll talk about how to do the whole thing. So here I've got wheat, then I've got pumpkin seeds here. You can also sprout sunflower seeds. They develop little tails. I've got buckwheat here, which was already sprouted, and here I've got one little buckwheat with a tail. I don't know if you can see it. I hope you can. It's very cute, I find. And these are great, crunchy when you put them onto granola, for example. Or you could make kind of like Rice Krispies if you mix them with chocolate. Then I've got chia seeds here, and chia doesn't really start growing tails, but it becomes very gelatinous, just like flaxseed. Here we've got golden and brown flax. And this is chia after it's soaked in water for a couple of hours. As you can see, it's really sticky and I think it tastes great. You can make pudding with it if you, for example, mix chia seeds with nut milk. You could make almond milk pudding, or if you just stir a bit of lime into that and a dash of stevia, it's absolutely delicious and it's actually really nutritious when you go for runs. When I ran a marathon in 2010 or 2009, I'm not sure, when I ran, you can look it up, when I ran a marathon, this is all I ate. And I wasn't running fast, so it took me 4 hours and 55 minutes to do those 42 kilometers, those 26 miles, and all I ate was soaked chia seeds. And I was fine. I didn't get low on energy or anything. It was great. What else do we have here? Did I say sesame seeds? We've got sesame, you can get it in black or also white sesame. Then here's mustard, here's some mung beans and alfalfa, and the alfalfa and the mung beans are what I'm going to start sprouting today. And then we've got chickpeas. So here are dry chickpeas. And here are sprouted chickpeas. I soaked these overnight in water and then I just rinsed them twice a day. I put them in my sprouting container. I'll show you that in a minute. I'll show you that right now actually. After soaking them overnight, I rinsed them thoroughly and then I placed them in my soaking container. There are different kinds. You can also use a jar and just turn it upside down, place it at an angle so the excess water can drip off. But these are quite good, and I've got an empty one here which I will use for the mung beans. So as you can see, it's not a flat surface, but it's got little ridges so excess water can flow towards that little exit, which is a hole. So if you sprout several types of seeds at the same time, you just put the containers on top of each other, and twice a day you pour water onto the top and it will simply go through the drains until it gets collected in the bottom bowl. Now, what is important here is that you do not place this in direct sunlight, because like that they would get too warm and they will start getting moldy and too moist and they won't sprout properly. So keep them in a fairly cool place and also in a ventilated area. So don't store them inside a cupboard shelf or something like that. If you worry about them not getting enough air, you could just leave the containers open like this. Place it like so the water drains off. And that's it. If you notice there's no sprouting action happening, they might be too dry, so just pour in more water. And then it depends on the seed. It could be between a day to 5 days until they're ready to sprout. Once they develop those little tails, your seeds are ready to be enjoyed. That's how easy it is to sprout. If you like this video, let me know by clicking the like button. And if you have ideas on what I could explain next or what recipe I could show next, comment below. Also, if you want to make me really happy, do me a huge favor and share this video with all your friends and family on Facebook, on Twitter and in emails. If you want to see more of my videos, then subscribe to my channel. And if you want to get information that I only share in my emails, come on over to rotopia.com and sign up for my newsletter. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day and I'll see you next time at Rotopia. Bye! When I ran a marathon in 2010, ooh, that's long ago, tail fell off. Did you hear that?